Hi, Ms. Burnett.
Hello.
Okay, so it looks like you're wanted somewhere. I don't know.
One out of Rutherford County, Tennessee. Warrant was issued out on September 9, 2024 for 3 charges: theft of property $60,000 to $250,000, and identity theft of at least 10 counts, and a fraudulent use of a $60,000 to $250,000. I will obviously be opposed to a warrant. She already waived November 20th.
Did she have an open local as well?
No, Judge.
Why did it get reset so much?
I do not know. Well, it's carried
Oh, it
over.
was carried. Okay. Ms. Oko.
Sure. So Ms. Burnett does tell me that she's a victim of identity theft. So she's believing that this is just stemming up from someone else using her identity to do different things that she has no, and she did write a report on this, I believe, a few weeks before this charge came down on her.
So you're telling me that the felony capias and the $60,000 to $250,000 theft of property and the 10-count identity theft, the fraudulent use of a debit card of $60,000 to $250,000, all that was someone else?
Yes, Judge, that's what I'm being told. Ms. Burnett, go ahead.
Yes. So last year, I already filed a police report against Cash's Bond. He stole my social security number and he used it to open up an electricity bill in my name. And I also have other charges against him regarding burglary of an habitation. He broke into my house and stole my phone, and he stole money from me, and he also put his hands on me. So I'm guessing these charges are from him. I've never been to Tennessee before in my life.
How do we verify that?
Yeah, I've never been to Tennessee.
No, well, I mean, the problem is that, you know, a lot of people tell me something, right, when in fact the sky's blue instead of purple. People come in here and tell me, yeah, the sky's purple. Man, this pig was blue. And what? Pigs are pink. Yeah, man, this pig was blue. You got to believe it.
I have proof of being in Houston on those dates, whatever dates they're saying.
Okay, so I guess, I mean, I could have you get with a lawyer somehow, you guys. I mean, we've given you a lawyer. She's here to help you out in whatever manner that they can. I would suggest that you guys get together to figure out how. That's a lot of baggage. I mean, that's.
Yeah, I was working with the assistant district attorney. We were pressing charges on him. So I didn't know he was out of jail. He was supposed to be in jail still.
I mean, I guess I can have you guys talk about it. You've already waived, right?
Yes, Judge.
Do you know if Tennessee's going to come get her?
As far as I know, they are, unless they tell me different from 5 days ago. But the waiver was sent on the day she signed with the magistrate, so they would have told me.
You basically have 9 days left.
Well, the nature of the offenses, they can be done remotely because their identity, the very nature of the offense is that they can be done remotely. And if it was similar to conversion for the theft of property, they could have occurred from here, but the impact in Tennessee.
Here's the deal. We give the other jurisdiction 14 days to come get you. You've already been sitting in there and you waived already. So they only have 9 days to come and get you. If they don't come within that time, Harris County releases you. So, but I'll tell you, even if Harris County releases you, that warrant is always going to remain out there until you go back to Tennessee and try to take care of it one way or the other.
I don't mind going to Tennessee. I have transportation. I just don't want to remain in custody.
I know. No one does, right? But
and I was told there was some type of video, so I don't see how it could be electronically done.
Also, it is worth noting that I never.
We don't know. We're speculating. We don't know.
The judge told me when I went to court on Wednesday night.
What was on video?
They said they have a video of me and Cash's Bond in Tennessee.
Okay, I don't get access to any of that. Right here, all we were worried about is identity. Are you Naomi Burnett? And if you are, we establish the identity. I know, no one does, right? But
and I was told there was some type of video, so I don't see how it could be electronically done.
Also, it is worth noting that I never.
We don't know.
The courtroom was quiet as a woman named Naomi Burnett stood before Judge David Fleischer, her future hanging in the balance. She was wanted from Tennessee for massive fraud and identity theft charges totaling over $250,000. With a trembling voice, she claimed she was the victim, that a man named Cash Bond had stolen her identity and framed her. She had never even been to Tennessee. The judge listened intently, knowing the sky is sometimes blue, but people will swear it's purple. Her freedom depended on proving a story that, if true, was a terrifying violation. If false, meant a long road ahead.
We're speculating. We don't know.
The
how.
judge told me when I went to court on Wednesday night.
What was on video.
They said they have a video of me and Cassius Bond in Tennessee.
Okay, I don't get access to any of that. Right here, all we were worried about is identity. Are you Naomi Burnett? And if you are, we establish the identity, that the charges are proper. If so, how do we go forward? A lot of times we let someone bond out if the person is not a danger, right? And we know that they're going to go back. But we don't know much about you, you know.
I have no criminal record. I have a degree, a bachelor's degree.
But
So if it's a matter of verifying the identity, if she's contesting identity, then she can withdraw the waiver and we can go for a governor's warrant. Or
I don't think she's contesting identity. She wants a bond, is what she
So, like I
wants.
said, with the amount in the offense, with $250,000 on both theft of property and fraudulent use of credit card, and the fact that it's 10, which would be third degree or second degree felony here, is that I'd be opposed with the sheer amount that is being alleged.
Yeah, one of the other things is that the higher level of charges, the more unlikely it is that we're going to give a bond, because the higher likelihood a person has of taking flight and not going back. So I don't know at this time whether I'm comfortable in setting you a bond. Okay. I don't know what connections you have here. I don't know what connections you have there. And the last thing I want to do is lose you, because that's a lot of stuff to answer to. And we want to make sure that, you know, whoever it is that has those charges is able to answer up to those charges. So
I also say that I already have a lawyer ready in Tennessee.
So what we can do, is I can have you talk with Ms. Oko, figure out if there's some way that you can show that it's someone else, right? And if so, then we can talk more, okay? But understand that I can't just take your word for it, you know?
Understand?
Okay, so
Even if I have police reports on him for already stealing my identity.
I'll let you talk with Ms. Oko, see what you can formulate, craft some kind of plan so that they're satisfied and I'm satisfied, and then we'll go from there. Okay? It's not a no. I mean, it's an uphill battle, but it's not a definite no at this point. Okay?
Understand?
Okay? Yeah. All right. Thanks. Thanks, Chisholm. And you know, just give me a heads up what Mr. Fox. Let me express my extreme disappointment. You know, and I think what makes me so very upset is that when people truly need help, the fact that we push it along. And since day one, we've known residential has been needed. It's time. You now stand charged with another DWI. You're also charged with evading arrest in a motor vehicle. On that one, you're facing up to 10 years in prison. A minimum of 2 years, a maximum of 10 years in prison. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
The officers observed the defendant engage in a race with another on a road in Harris County, Texas. The officer attempted to catch up to the vehicles and was unable to catch up to the other driver. However, the officer caught up to the defendant's vehicle and attempted to initiate a traffic stop by activating lights and sirens. The defendant failed to stop and engaged officers in a 13-mile pursuit. When officers made contact, they observed the defendant step out of the driver's side of the vehicle, and the officers observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, slurred speech, red glassy eyes, and unsteadiness. The defendant admitted to drinking a bottle of wine and taking a Zoloft. During search of the vehicle, the officers found an empty bottle of wine and a Sonic cup that contained a liquid smelling of alcohol.
Alcohol in the car?
Yes, Judge. And the defendant refused to undergo a sobriety test. DIC was read, and the defendant refused breath. A blood search warrant was signed and executed.
Mr. Fox, did we already have an affidavit on file that he's not supposed to drive?
Let me double check.
I am now putting this affidavit that you're not to drive. If I find that you drive, and I don't care what your reason is, if you get out, because I don't know if you're getting out, then I will have a contempt hearing and you'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get into a car and drive. I am now, if you get out, ordering you to be under home confinement. I think that your bond at $15,000 on the DWI is wholly insufficient, and I'm going to raise that to $50,000. I'm also going to raise the terroristic threat, the probation that you're on now. I'm also going to raise that to $50,000 and $50,000 and 1, 2, 3. How many cases does he have in Fort Bend open? I know he has the one DWI, but what else does he have?
I believe it's just the one DWI judge. But Alex is gonna double check for us. And also, Judge, the complainant in the terroristic threat case did reach out to the felony prosecutor because she saw that the defendant had been arrested. She is currently has filed for divorce from the defendant, and she is requesting that he is not to be in house arrest at her house. It is under her name. So I'm not sure if that's the address we have on file, but if you were imposing house arrest, she was requesting that it's not there.
Okay, so, I need to get Mr. Butler here so we can deal with this case as well, though. Do you mind perhaps reaching out to him, sending an email, or, I'll also call out to the office as well to see. He's always in court. Hopefully he can be here now. And then as soon as the line dies down, I'll also reach out to him as well.
Alright, there was also, one last Spanish tea change citizen.
Okay. So she does not want any contact with him as far as, okay, so, Mr. Fox, you're not to have contact with the complaining witness and the terroristic threat. You're not to go with where they live, work.
She just said that I'm not gonna live there. I mean, we talk every day that I'm used to.
No, I mean, she doesn't want to have contact with him?
No, that's not what she said.
Judge.
And when did she call the DAs?
She emailed on November 21st. So I think that she saw that the new charges had been filed. She was just concerned, she expressed concern to the felony prosecutor that if the defendant is released to his home address, that's where she's currently staying, and they are going through a divorce. I don't think she'd said anything about no contact between the two. She just requests that he's not sent,
Okay, so I won't do the no contact then. Okay. Okay, I want to have a hearing on this ASAP. I'm not waiting anymore on the stuff from, Damn it, we can't do anything now. He's got these cases open anyways. Wait, just what a waste. All right, Mr. Fox, if you're released, like I said, home confinement on one ankle, you will get a GPS monitor. On your other ankle, you will get a SCRAM ankle monitor, so we know that you're not consuming alcohol. Is that it? I guess that's it, right? No weapons. And then he'll have to, prior to release, he's going to get all those, and then you'll have to find somehow another address for him to live, James, because, you know, we need the address prior. And I mean, I don't know if he's going to bond out now, but
Yes, Judge.
see, but
Can I get that rehabilitation that you had offered?
not while cases are open. You have the case also that's open in Fort Bend as well.
Yes.
I don't know what's going to happen in there. I'll tell you, those cases take even longer to resolve than here. And then how are you going to be able to resolve that over there when you've got the stuff over here? So at some point, you're going to have to transfer over there, resolve stuff. It's just, it's even more of a mess now. So, all right, I guess I'm going to have you put back now. I want to wait to see if we can get Mr. Butler here today. And then if not, we'll just roll it to tomorrow until we get him.
And Judge, I have 2 more in custody.
Okay, who's next? Guys, you're in front of me because you are currently in custody. Your lawyer wants me to let you guys out. And I don't know. We'll see, I guess, you know. Let's start with it's Lane, right?
That's right, Your Honor.
So you initially are charged with evading arrest. We give you a bond, we let you out, and now you've picked up a new case. You've picked up a criminal mischief. You're facing, I think it's even a Class A. You're facing, up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. I have no idea what happened on your new case, so let's find out. Guys?
So officers were conducting a follow-up report related to an incident that occurred on November 21st. The complainant, the manager of Fannin Food Mart, stated that the defendant entered his store and had an altercation with him. The complainant told the defendant to leave. When the complainant returned to work the following day, he saw that the front window had been broken. The complainant reviewed surveillance and saw an individual throw something at the window who was wearing the same outfit as the defendant had earlier. Additionally, later that day, the complainant saw the defendant walk near the store wearing the same outfit as the individual in the surveillance. The officer reviewed the surveillance and confirmed what the CW complainant had seen.
Okay. What are you doing with yourself now these days, Mr. Lane?
Presently, I'm not doing anything. I'm unemployed. I was an attorney for 15 years in Chicago, Illinois, and I moved here in July or late June.
You're a lawyer.
Well, I don't know if I'm currently licensed. I let my license go. I did MCLEs. I was supposed to do them over the summer. I had them due, and I just decided not to go back to Illinois. So
You didn't like being a lawyer?
I love being a lawyer. No, I love I'm sorry?
Why stop?
Because in order to practice here, which is, my new home, it would have been a process of, I think, taking a bar, 3 days, I think you guys have.
Yes.
And, yeah. And I had some other things going on in my life that, producing.
You have in your life now.
Who?
Yeah.
Family, nobody in this area, but my mother and father, they live in San Francisco area, and my younger sister does too. My father's a retired lawyer, my sister's a lawyer, my older brother is in, a different
They know
field.
that you're here in this now?
No.
Can we reach out to them?
Sure. I mean, if
Well,
you,
here's the problem, Mr. Lane, is that we gave you a free bond, you've picked up a new case. And the last thing I want is to just let you go and you're going to be roaming the streets of Houston. It's just not a good place to roam. And if you've got nowhere to go, if you've got nothing to do, it could be a recipe for trouble. And that's why I want to let you out, but not just to the streets. If you have a place to go to, if you've got family, if someone's willing to take you in, then we can work something. But for you to just be let out on the street.
right. I was going to defer to my counsel here to make these sorts of arguments. I'm not used to appearing in this sort of forum, but I'd be happy to speak to the circumstance of
Do
being
you mind if
homeless.
he reaches out to family to see if they can help?
I'm not sure. Well, again,
I can reach out to any family members if you want, if you're comfortable with me doing that. I just don't want to do that if you don't want me to, but
well, I don't understand the purpose to have them pay a bond.
no.
For help.
What Judge is concerned about is you having some sort of place to stay where you're safe, so that you can comply with bond conditions, come to court when asked, and we know that you have a place to be. So if that's a homeless shelter or Star of Hope or something.
More importantly, that you, number one, don't get into any trouble, and number two, don't be a danger to the public, because we want our public to be safe, secure. And that's it. And if you're on the street, you're roaming, you've got nowhere to go, you've got no food to eat, it's a recipe for disaster. But if we can get your family involved and let them know what's going on with you now, perhaps they're willing to come down, speak with you.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have a larger extended family that really should be bearing this burden, because they were the ones who convinced me to come to Houston in the first place and to stay here.
You
And
can reach out to whoever you want, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, anyone you want. As long as they have a phone number, then hey,
well, sure. I mean, I'm amenable to that. I'm not sure if that's a solution here that has anything to do with my bond, or because they gave me like a $5,000 bond or something. I don't really know.
yeah, your bond's now, it's $100 on the abating and then it's $5,000 on the criminal mischief.
Is there anyone you could stay with in the Houston area?
Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, I know of one person in the Houston area, and a few others that could possibly be called. I don't really know all their names, but people I met along the way.
Are you comfortable with me calling someone for you in the Houston area?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Sure.
Okay.
But let's see who to reach out to see how we can get Mr. Lane some help.
Okay. And Judge, when you plan to give him a personal bond, and maybe we'll.
No. I want to first see who we can reach out to first. If we can find someone that we have place for him to go to, willing to help him out, then absolutely. Mr. Lane,
Yes, Your
I
Honor.
want to give you another PR bond, but I don't want to just throw you out to the street, to the wolves,
Sure.
okay?
Understood, Your Honor.
James is great. He's here to help you. Together, let's work something to get you the best thing that we can, okay?
Thanks.
Mr. Smith, not very happy with you. You were placed on a probation for unlawful carrying of a weapon. While you were on that probation, you absconded multiple times, meaning you took off. In March of 23, you picked up an assault, and then after you picked up the assault, you took off. Never heard from you again. The only reason we have you now is because you picked up a criminal trespass.
Can I speak on the March case?
Don't. I've got a bunch of district attorneys here, and I don't want you to say something that hurts your
Speak about
case.
the facts of your case. Yes.
The problem is that your lawyer is asking me to give you a PR bond to get you out. But I know if I give you a PR bond, you're going to take flight. We'll never see you again. How many times have you done it before? It's a rhetorical question. I don't want you to answer, but the problem is I have your bond at 7503 for a reason.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So we got to find out what's going on with you as well. What I'd like to do is have you TRAS'd. I want you to speak to our clinicians to see how we best go forward. I don't want to just throw you out to the wolves. We want to, how do we get better? How do we make sure this doesn't happen again? How do we get you full-time employment so you can start working? Well, I don't know.
Judge.
Huh?
He works at an auto shop.
Great. But I need just more than words, right? So I'm going to have you TRAS'd. We'll sit you off a couple days to see how we go forward. Okay? You understand? Okay. Do you have any family here that's willing to help you out in Houston as well?
My girlfriend, yes, sir, she was trying to buy me out today.
Who else do you have besides that?
My mother works for HPD.
Okay, that's a great start. Do you mind if he reaches out to mom? Okay, don't say anything here because, you know, I don't want you to give phone numbers or anything like that now. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put you guys.
Next, the mood shifted to sheer frustration. A man named Fox was back, facing a new DWI and evading arrest after a 13-mile police chase. Judge Fleischer's disappointment was palpable, a heavy weight in the room. The system had failed to get this man the residential help he clearly needed, and now the public was at risk again. The judge's voice was stern as he raised bonds, imposed home confinement, and ordered ankle monitors. It was a scene of broken promises and last chances, where the gavel fell not with anger, but with the grim duty of protecting a community from a recurring danger.
Is back. We're going to try to see how we go forward, and then we'll see you here soon. Okay. All right, guys. All right, thanks. All right, take care. You picked up a new case. You picked up a new case.
So,
Tell me there was a no driving affidavit in place. He's charged with failure to stop and give information, and now he's picked up a racing case. Tell me that we had ordered him not to drive.
Yes, Judge, on the previous case, there wasn't a driving affidavit.
You promised me that you weren't going to drive. Mr. Gonzalez, now you've picked up a racing on a highway. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. Officers observed two vehicles accelerating at a high rate of speed from 70 miles per hour to 85 miles per hour in an attempt to outgain each other. The officer initiated a traffic stop on the defendant's vehicle. When the officer told the defendant that he was being stopped for racing, the defendant responded, "Yes, sir." And the defendant told the officer that he did not have a valid license or registration.
Is there a co-defendant?
There is not any co-defendants charged.
Vic, can I see that, please? I'm printing something out. What is that? What did you promise me you were not going to do? Guess what happens now, Mr. Gonzalez? Guess what happens now? Did you say nothing?
so I'm not sure.
Not only am I putting you in jail now, but I'm going to make your bonds high. And now you are looking at a contempt charge of 180 days in jail. And we are going to have a hearing as to whether I'm going to hold you in contempt. So now I'm going to file a third case on you. And you are now looking, if they prove to me that you're driving in this case, you're looking at 180 days in jail, flat, day for day. Do you understand?
So,
Goes with you. I'm sorry, Sonia, but I'm setting the bonds at each at 10,000 and 2 each. Two, 5, 3, 9, 9, 8, 0. He will auto-populate on tomorrow's docket, and then we'll just go through the rigmarole.
He's gonna be able to do that. He's a high school senior.
It's a damn shame.
Parents' financial situation is also something to find out.
Talk to the parents, and then, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, you know, I need to I need to make sure he understands it and that he gets it, but you swore to me you weren't gonna drive and now you're racing, unacceptable, you know? I'm gonna make it higher. He was wearing an Armani shirt. He was probably wearing a $200 to $300 shirt right now. 15,002 on both.
Okay, Your Honor.
And then we'll see tomorrow. We'll populate tomorrow. We'll talk again tomorrow. Reach out to the family and, you know, perhaps they'll come here and they can see how he is and you can see that we mean business now, you know? Okay, thank you so much, son.
Judge, you were voting no.
You were Destiny Collins. We issued a warrant for your arrest because you failed to appear for court, ma'am.
The paperwork, I told him the same paperwork he said I was supposed to appear today. If that's the case, my Bellsboro company should have told me the same thing, but my court date was for today.
You were ordered to appear 11/22 of 24.
I got out of jail today. I was released from jail on Wednesday of this week, last week that just passed. So there was no way possible. I could have made it to court that same day. I got released from jail and I didn't get released from jail till Wednesday at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then also I have the picture. I didn't bring the physical copy because I forgot it, but it's the paperwork that they gave me when I was leaving that said my conditions. I have the picture on my phone with my name on it. It says today at 8:30 in the morning. So I showed up today. If that was the case, I would have showed up when I was supposed to come to court. So I don't get that. And I just sat in jail for a week and a half. Can I go back?
You issued the warrant on the 22nd, right? This is Ms. Collins. She's not on docket today.
What's the case number?
252-6615.
Can I show you the same picture?
She was on the docket on the 20th. She was supposed to be here on the 20th, correct?
The bond paperwork shows, let's see.
I'm confused. I'm confused.
It's not a clear number.
Can I grab my phone and show you my
Don't
picture?
talk to the prosecutor, please. You're not allowed to. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Because if there's a problem and it's not your fault, I will reinstate your bond.
Judge, so on 11/20, she failed to appear. Let's see, defendant not present in holdover is what Janae wrote on the reset. So she wasn't brought up on the 20th. So she rolled it to the 21st, and then the surety bond was posted. The surety bond says 11/20. So it seems to contradict itself. The 20th.
So whoever wrote the bond did a mistake because they put
Whoever handwrote 11/20.
back in time as opposed to, so what, you said you have paperwork that says that you're supposed to be here today?
I left the physical paperwork at home, but I had my brother send me a picture because I forgot it. I can show you.
Yeah, sure. And you can give it to Deputy and she'll. You see that it shows today's date?
Yes, Judge. November 26th at 8:30.
Okay, all right. Yep, you're right. Okay, I'll reinstate your bond. Okay. So it looks like while you were in custody, they appointed you a lawyer I don't know that Martin even knows. I mean, there's no way he's gonna know.
Especially if she's not on docket today.
Right.
No?
Oh, I have his number. I'll call him. Let me see. Martin. Hey, how are you? I have a Miss Destiny Collins that's on docket today. Are you in the building? So you were appointed, it looks like, while she was in custody. I don't need, say it again? She was in custody in Fort Bend. Huh. Okay. Do you want to stay on the case or do you want me to appoint someone else? Hey, okay, no problem. You just tell me. So that's it? Done. We'll do it. Okay. Okay. Bye. Can you pull up her NCIC, please? So we can. I'm going to take Martin off
Okay.
because he's not working with us. And do you mind appointing someone else for the time being, please? Ms. Collins, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing a year in jail and/or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, ma'am.
August 8th, 2024, a deputy was dispatched to a bar and grill in Harris County, Texas regarding an assault. The complainant worked at the bar as a bartender. The defendant came behind the bar and began striking the complainant multiple times with a closed fist to the face and upper extremities, causing pain. The complainant began to fight back to defend herself. During the fight, a crowd of people surrounded her, and some individuals who she did not know began to stomp and kick on her while she was fighting on the ground. Complainant
Stop and kick the complaining witness. Stop, please.
Yes, the complainant stated during the fight, a crowd of people surrounded her and began to stomp and kick her while she was fighting on the ground. She stated that the fight lasted approximately 2 minutes. The complainant and the defendant did not know each other and stated that she did not know the defendant well enough to fight her. The complainant stated the fight ended because someone yelled out, "I'm calling the police."
Okay. Tell me, does she have anything else that's open at the time now?
She's currently on probation out of Galveston County for theft.
Yes.
And I think you had mentioned something about Fort Bend, so we're looking for.
Lord, we're hitting the Tri-County area now?
We're not showing anything out of Fort Bend, Judge, but she is on probation out of Galveston right now.
She may have been in custody in Fort Bend. I don't know. So is there's run full NCIC, please. Ms. Collins, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my public in every single way, shape, form, manner. And if you become a danger to my public, I am first off going to put you in jail. Next off, I'm going to make your bond so high you're going to flip. Do you understand? Do not go back to this bar or any other bar. I'm prohibiting you from going to any establishment where 51% or more are beer, liquor, any kind of clubs. You're not to go anywhere of this nature. Do you understand? Does she have a felony theft or does she have a misdemeanor theft? And then what else is open? What kind of criminal history are we talking?
Felony theft, Judge. And I believe that's her only history. And Alex is looking into the Fort Bend case as well.
Your Honor, I don't have any record of her case in Fort Bend. Looking at the county clerk website in Fort Bend, I don't see any cases open with her name and date of birth.
So the only other thing you see is it a probation that she's on?
Yes.
For Galveston.
Oof.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Judge, 2 years in program from Galveston.
How old are you, ma'am?
23.
What do you do for a living?
Right now I work 2 jobs and I live alone. I live in the Fort Bend County area.
How much money do you make a month, ma'am?
My monthly income, I say my intake probably about 3800.
I need you to fill out an application because I don't know if you're going to qualify for an appointed lawyer, ma'am. And I'll take a look at the application. The only thing I'm going to tell you is that when you're on felony probation, you're supposed to be extra special good. And when you're not, they usually file motions to revoke. So I would be on the lookout because if you're on probation or parole at this time, it's very possible that they issue a felony warrant in that case with the fact that you picked up this new case. So understand, no alcohol, no drugs. Do you understand? Okay, do you mind giving an application, please? All right, I'm gonna have you fill out the application and then we'll, do not leave until you sign all our bond conditions, ma'am. Okay. Good morning, Miss Lewis. Ma'am, you were wanted out of Missouri for receiving stolen property. Tell me, Ms. Oko, what did you guys want to do?
Well, she would like a bond out on this case. I believe this was in 2022 this was picked up. And according to.
So you said that the case originates from 2022?
Yes, Judge. However, she did, it arose out of a traffic ticket. They got pulled over, car was searched and things like that. And so she kept in touch with the courts to see what she could do. And they kept telling her that she had to pay some money. She paid some money and that was it. She didn't know that there was a warrant out for her, right? She didn't know there was court. She didn't know any of that after that math. And plus she's based in Houston. So I would assume correspondence should have been sent her way. She didn't know. And so she got picked up as of yesterday. She does live here. She's got her parents here. She's got support. So they're willing to help bail her out and make her go to Missouri so that way she can in person handle it.
I'd be opposed, although the probable cause for the stop was a traffic citation or infraction, is that the receiving stolen property is coupled with an unlawful possession of a firearm and its failure to appear. It's not a 2B. So she went in front of a judge, stated that she would return, and then she did not return.
And now it's 2 years later.
The warrant was issued out on December 8th, 2022. So there's been a pending habeas for almost 2 years.
You're a flight risk, you know? You've been gone for 2 years, and how do we get her now?
I don't have the offense report. She wasn't charged with anything else here, so my best guess is
Somehow she got just picked up.
right. And so, I mean, I can source the OR, but I don't have it in all my persons.
It was a random stop, Judge, a traffic stop, I think, broken
No,
flags.
I am always amenable, I shouldn't say always, but I'm very amenable to giving people bonds when, number one, they're not a danger to my public, and number two, I have faith that they're going to go back. Your case is now 2 years old. You've been in flight for 2 years. You've made no attempts to do anything. And the only reason we have you now is because you got arrested. Had you not gotten arrested here, you'd still be in the wind and they would still be looking for you. So I don't have faith that if we give you a bond that you're actually going to go. I know that you're going to tell me it's little gumdrops and rainbows and bunnies jumping in the woods, but at the end of the day, a flight risk is a flight risk. And who you really are is on paper, because everybody tells me and promises me sun, moon, stars, this, that, you know.
I mean,
I don't really have any way to force you to go back, and I just can't take your word for it.
well, Your Honor, she does work, and of course, getting a bond would, the incentive of receiving that bond back is one of the things that I've gotten some of my clients to do, to get there.
Then came a moment of raw, human unraveling. A former attorney from Chicago, now unemployed and facing new charges in Houston, stood before the bench. Judge Fleischer saw not just a defendant, but a man roaming lost, with no family nearby and no place to go. The judge's tone softened from adjudicator to concerned guardian. He refused to just release him to the streets, to the wolves. Instead, he tasked a social worker with calling family, any family, to find this lost soul a safe harbor. It was a powerful reminder that behind every case file is a human story, and justice sometimes looks like compassion.
soon as they go and take care of their case, they're calling me, asking me how do I get my money back. It's more of an incentive for them. So at this time, like I said, she does have a base here. They're willing to help her out. They didn't know about this whole issue, and she thought she had taken care of it over the phone. Unfortunately, that's just not how it works, but she understands that now, and she's willing to go back to Missouri as early as next week to take care of this.
But I don't have faith you're gonna go, you know? Day?
For what it's worth, if it wasn't a failure to appear, I actually would have agreed to a bond, but the fact that she went in front of a judge, and the incentive originally from Missouri was the bond, so that should have been the original.
And when you first came out, I was thinking to myself, it's not the worst in the world. It's not, it's not a capital case, so to speak, but you went in front of a judge, you promised him that you were gonna go back. It's now 2 years later, and you haven't.
I didn't go in front of a judge. I had called them and they said I didn't have to. They said all I have to do was pay it. That's why I just paid it.
Post bond, right?
Yeah, I paid everything that they told me I need to pay. I've never been in trouble ever a day in my life. I've been homeschooled my entire life, and this has just come up. So I just called them and I did everything that I had to do. I'll do anything I have to do to get out of this. I just want my life back. I have a business. I have a family. Like, I just want to get back to my family. That's it.
Any other prior criminal history?
No, Your Honor. I mean, if the court wants to roll over, Dave just wants to call Missouri and talk to the prosecutors up there, or if she has a defense attorney up there. I mean, if it's an FTA, then presumably she would have had an attorney after the first setting before it was forfeited. So if you want to roll it over and talk to Missouri, I'm not against it, but I'm still opposed because it's an FTA. Do you want to do that?
Oh, Wednesday.
But what is she?
So if
Call Missouri for what purpose?
So generally, if the demanding jurisdiction doesn't impose a bond, then generally I don't. So I had that happen last week. Now, what day is today?
Yeah, no, it was last week with
It
us.
was last week. And so there was one I opposed, but the demanding jurisdiction, the prosecutors there said, I'm not opposed to them getting bond. Even though I opposed it, they didn't. So ultimately I folded and I said, okay, I'm fine with the bond. So if Chisholm's able to speak with the prosecutors up there and they're not against it, then I'll defer.
Did you say you can't be here tomorrow? Is that what you said?
Not that I can't. It'll be the timing, right? If we can, I'm gonna make some calls right now. See if I can make some calls now and see if I can.
For sure. Yeah.
'Cause I wouldn't want to.
There's no. I mean, we're here for at least another hour, so there's
Yes.
no.
I'll make some calls now.
See, if they're unopposed, then I'll set a bond.
Because, it's because the teletype that we received is, she is eligible for a 2,500 bond there, but they clearly stated that she's not eligible from their jurisdiction for a bond out of state. So they won't allow her to have a bond until she's returned. That's why I said, if the prosecutors are fine with it, they can send me an email, fine. I'll sit in the pews.
Sounds good. I'll make some calls, Judge.
What you can do? Is there a second case though, too, or no?
No, so the way they did it was, the charge was for both at the same incident, but for reasons passing understanding, whomever the arresting officer was, they only put one charge. So I had to run the NCSC off of her FBI number to get the second charge. I didn't know until I ran it.
Okay. Is this the only fugitive case we have today?
This is the only remaining one. Everyone else
Got
is made, which we're all. Williams needs to sign the waiver, but once he signs the waiver, there's no issue.
Oh, yeah, so he needs to be admonished, no?
Right, so,
Okay.
Williams.
So since I'm gonna make some calls and I'll come back and talk to you, okay? So we're good.
Thanks.
And then Mr. Williams just needs an admonishment.
Okay.
Your Honor, I have Mr. Derek Jack. He is in the holdover. He's set for bail review.
Okay. Let's talk about Mr. Jack. Terroristic threat of a family or a household member. Yeah.
He does have some pending felonies, and I think doesn't have a bond on those. On his.
So it looks like from September of 23, he picked up his first unlawful possession by a felon. 3 months later, picks up another one. 5 months later, picks up another one. And now he's picked up another one of those and a terroristic threat with us, family or household member. Our bond is set at 10,000. What would you like?
I would ask for 5,000.
We're gonna oppose, Judge. Obviously, this individual should not be he shouldn't be out on bond. He just continuously picks up new cases while being
In
in
fact, I
bond.
want to talk to this gentleman to see if we can reach him. So just, if you bear with me, I would like to bring him out and talk to him, huh? Please. Madam Bailiff, do you mind bringing someone out, please? Derek, Jack, please. Thanks. Aaron, talk to me.
Okay. Just approaching this on the off docket promotion to sub. I'm trying to get out conflicted out.
I got you. Happy to have you, man. How are you? Great to see you.
Hey, Judge, you good holiday.
Great to see you, Aaron.
If you don't mind, while you're waiting for the inmate, can you confirm with Saba that she received that email and they're prepared to file that dismissal?
Did you guys get Brock's email by chance?
Should come from a lot law on Viegas.
Yes, Judge, I dismissed it.
Okay, it's been dismissed.
Thank you, Honor.
I'll sign your nollie now.
Thank you, Honor. You guys have a great Thanksgiving.
You too. Take care. Stephen, what's the deal with Miss? Okay, got it. Hugh.
Yes.
Hey, bud.
Hey, Judge, how are you?
What's new?
Nothing much. I was told to approach on Miguel Mendoza. I think he just took a drug test.
Mr. Mendoza here.
He checked in.
Yes.
Miguel Mendoza.
Into the park one.
All right, come up, sir. Just take a seat for me in the jury box real quick. And then I have an inmate coming out, Hugh. Let me talk to him real quick and then I'll hit you up next. Okay?
Sure. Sounds good.
Good morning, Mr. Jack. Good morning.
How you doing, sir?
How's jail?
Sucks, man.
Great. That's great. Because I got you. I need you to understand that we mean business here. We don't play. And your lawyer I'm bringing you out because it's your case. You need to understand what's going on, number one. Number two, your lawyer has asked for me to reduce your bond. Your bond now is set at $10,000. I have no idea what happened on your case. The only thing I do know is that September of 23, unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. December 1st, 23, unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. 5/29/24, unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. 11/23/24, unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon and a terroristic threat of a family or household member. You now, with us, are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir.
Yes, Judge. The officer was dispatched in response to a family disturbance in Harris County, Texas. The complainant told the officers that her and the defendant, her ex-boyfriend, were having issues regarding child custody, and the defendant was attempting to drop the child off with the complainant, and the complainant refused to take custody because of a previous mutual custody agreement. The complainant told the officers that the defendant then stated, "I just bust your car window, and if you pull up doing anything, I'm gonna shoot your ass in the face." The complainant stated that she was in fear for her life, and the officers detained the defendant and found him to be in possession of a handgun.
All right. Mr. Jack, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case. A protective order has been issued in this case. What that means is that if you violate this protective order, the state can and will file additional charges against you, violation of a protective order. And I'm going to tell you now, you pick up one of those cases and you violate conditions, I can have a hearing to hold you at no bond, zero bond. And I will do it in a heartbeat to protect my county and everyone in it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I find that you are a complete danger to public safety and you refuse to abide by bond conditions. So I don't think that your bond is sufficient. I think that the 10,000 is too low because you are a danger to my public. I'm sorry, Mr. Elick, but, and regardless, what we do here is just, it's, I guess, peanuts, so to speak, because you're being held at no bond on 2 of your felony cases as is. So, what I am going to have you do, though, is this. I'm going to have you sign with me today an affidavit promising me that you're not going to have any weapons. And if I find that you have a weapon, if somehow you are magically released, because I don't know what's going to happen, if I find that you have a weapon, I will have a contempt hearing. I can have a contempt hearing, and I can and may hold you up to contempt every single time you have a weapon. And if they prove it to me, I can send you to 180 days in jail every single time. Do you understand? This is an affidavit. This affidavit, you're going to promise me that you're not going to have any weapons. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care if you're going into war. I don't care if there's a big battle in the street. No weapons. Do you understand? Look how big. Is that big enough for you to read? What does it say?
No weapons.
Good. We will have you swear to us that you're not going to have any weapons, and at that time, we'll just have you put back. If you do bond out, I'm going to put a GPS monitor on you, and I will put an exclusion zone so that you're not to go anywhere near the complaining witness in this case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You know, did we ever explore that order to surrender weapons to the sheriff's office? Did we ever do anything with that?
I explored it, I talked to multiple people, and no one's ever heard anything about it that I could find.
We had that, remember?
I know at one point we did.
We need to do something with that.
I'll make a few phone calls. See where.
I'm going to see what I can do about having weapons, the weapons surrendered to law enforcement so that you don't have possession of any weapons. Do you understand? Okay. All right, Mr. Elick. So I guess we'll just wait. It looks like the felony case is set for, oh my goodness, March of next year.
Your Honor, we may be, I just want to get the body cam and we may set this for trial. I mean, I know he's got the other felonies, but
I'm itching for a trial. You want 30 days, I guess?
that sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll have you swear to us no weapons. Mr. Jack, come on.
Judge, I also have Shaquita Mitchell on your docket. We were reset today for the state to eval, which they have done. And I have a pretrial contract that was printed today. We just need some time to get community service done.
She has to do this community service?
Service in 2 classes, and I think she's already done 1 class. And
Great.
we're waiting on another one.
Is she here now?
She is here, Judge.
Ms. Mitchell, come up.
Hours of community service?
Hi, John D. So one, I would assume, what are the classes?
Decision making. Anger management, Judge.
And anger management, okay. Have you done any of the classes now?
Back in Beaumont, since this case has occurred, my probation sent me back. So they're gonna have me doing thinking of a change and completing my community service and doing MHMR. So that's all things I have to do in probation.
This case, or are you on probation?
I'm on probation.
She's on probation in Jefferson County, Judge, but in addition to that, this case, she's already done an anger management class that she's brought to my office last week. But now the state's offering, in addition to that, effective decision-making, 20 hours for it to get dismissed. So I'm not sure if the community service she does while on probation can be used in conjunction with this, but I'm sure we can work something
I'm
out.
okay with that.
Okay.
I mean, have you done the community service yet?
Yes, I have done some of my community service.
Okay, then I guess make sure that Michael is okay.
Sure.
I am, but you gotta understand, if you're on, is it felony or misdemeanor
It's a
probation?
felony probation.
I mean, self-control. I would say 90% of the people that are in jail now are for one reason only, self-control. They react, they act without thinking and say, if I do this, what's gonna happen? If I say this, what's gonna happen? And then you end up back in jail, you pick up a new case now, and you're on felony probation. Jefferson County is a really tough county. They don't toy around like you're in Harris County. You violate over there, they're gonna lay you out. You understand that by pleading guilty to this case now, they can revoke that probation, resulting in further confinement.
But I'm not pleading guilty. I gave her all the evidence.
That's right, we're not doing it.
Correct, Judge.
Yeah,
We're not,
so,
not entering guilty.
but at some point, you gotta understand, they're not gonna continue to bend over backwards to help.
That's why
Right?
I'm trying to move back so much away from my family. Because that was the problem.
You have to say anything.
Well, self-control. It takes two to tango, right? You get into a pissing match with other people, you get into a fight. Don't matter. Everyone's going down. Just think about that. Self-control. All right, so how long is it gonna take you to get all this stuff done?
Right now they got me looking for a job out there. I have an interview today. So hopefully after Thanksgiving, because everything's gonna be shut down probably tomorrow
Well, I
or.
don't wanna, set you up to fail. I mean, your case is old, but we need to give you enough time that you can get it done.
Can we do the first or second week of January?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It is, but I know that with Christmas falling right behind Thanksgiving, if she gets it done before, then I can
My
always.
fear is that we get to Christmas, oh, this, that, and nothing gets done. We're here in January and then nothing's getting gotten done. I will give it to you, but I'm gonna tell you now, if you don't have it done, I will carry you day for day until you have it done. I'm literally will reset you Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday to Thursday to Friday, and then to next Monday until you have it done. Your case is 212 days now. We're giving you another 40 days now. You gotta have it done. And if you don't, I'm telling you, I'm gonna roll you day for day until you have it done. You understand?
And
It's not hard. Everything can be done online.
She's pretty proactive. She's come to my office often and brought me evidence and proof of her classes. So she's doing everything she needs to. And
It's
this
a
is
sweetheart deal.
PTI.
It's a sweetheart deal. Work it. All right? Self-control. All right. Good luck, Ms. Mitchell. All right. Thank you. All right. Good morning, Mr. Houlihan. So you understand that you're entering into a very serious probation. We take it seriously, and if you continue to, if you violate, at this point, I mean, we can put you in a rehab facility, right? So just no alcohol from any source. That's all we're asking you to do. Stay out of trouble. If you don't have a license, don't drive. These probations are typically pretty easy. All you have to typically do is 2 classes, stay out of trouble, and don't drink. And as long as you can do that, then you're walking out of here,
Yes, sir.
What are the conditions that we have, Shatori?
Thinking for a change,
Okay,
DWI education, 2 victim impact panels, CRAS, random urine analysis, no refusals.
what that means is that if you are pulled over and an officer asks you to submit a breath sample, you have to do it. If you don't, then you're in violation of this probation.
No drugs or alcohol. And the guardian in-law.
Do you have it? You've got the SCRAM now.
Yes, sir.
So what we'll do is when you get your, is this license suspended, Alex? Do you know? Can you run it?
I don't have a vehicle either.
I'll run it, Your Honor.
Then you will need to get a portable breath test device. And when you do that,
The SCRAM monitor. Okay.
I'm paying for it now.
Okay.
That thing's around $400 to $500 a month.
Okay.
So as opposed to the handheld devices, which is probably about $100 a month. So if you want to keep it, you can, but it's costly. And once you get on probation, I can't pay for it for you. You will be responsible for the fines and fees. You know, I can take off and I can reduce your fines and fees, but there's outside vendor stuff I can't pay for, like your DWI education class, you'll have to pay for that. It's $30, right? The victim impact panels, you will have to pay for that. TRAS, can I waive the fee? I'll waive your TRAS fee, which is around, that's what, $200? Yeah, so I'll waive that fee for you. But remember, this probation is not about the money. It's about you doing what you're saying you're gonna do in the time that they tell you to do it. So there's a certain time for you to finish everything.
It's suspended.
Okay. Your license is not suspended. So one of the other things I want to know.
It is. There's an ALR suspension. There is a suspension.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, sir.
So we will, as part of this probation now, require you to get your Texas driver license. I want you to get it so that at some point you can become a legal driver. But you have to have insurance and you're not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have a guardian interlock on it. If you're caught, then that's a violation of your probation. Don't just do stuff. You get permission first.
Yes, sir.
Don't try to do and beg for forgiveness after the fact because it doesn't work here.
Yes, sir.
You understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept the probation, you're stuck with it until you complete it or it gets violated. Now, the agreement that you're entering into is 180 days jail time to be probated for 18 months. This will now reflect as a conviction on your record. From now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. No proverbial slaps on the wrist. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
So what does that mean? I can go, when do I go take the SCRAM?
First, you get the portable device. When you get that, we will take that ankle monitor off. I want to know that you have something that's testing you before we just take that off. We're not going to take your word for it that you're going to get it, you know?
Yes, sir.
But the minute you get it, let us know and then we'll take that off and then you can keep the other one. If you fail, if you pick up a new case, don't do your stuff. I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. I'm going to bring you back out in orange and we're going to talk about if you violate it or not. And if they prove it to me, you're looking at 180 days in jail.
Yes, sir.
I understand. You have any questions? How do you plead to the offense? How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? All right. I will find you guilty. I'm not going to suspend your license. So just take care. You have the ability to get it back. What do you do for a living, Mr. Houlihan?
I'm in the process of, I need to take the Texas Health and Life Insurance exam, and then once I pass the exam, I'm going to be working for an insurance company.
How do you support yourself now?
Right now, living at home with my mother.
Stay there. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, I graduated law school. I still went and lived with my folks. Man, I lived with my folks until I was like 35. There's nothing wrong with it. I saved a crap load of money, you know, and, you know, that's what you do, right?
And
There's nothing wrong with it.
Also work from home as well, so.
Great. Just take care, you know, work at home, stay at home, make a lot of money, keep a lot of money in the bank, and then you venture out. Don't do things backwards like have a kid now, because that's, do you have any kids?
38 years without kids.
Well, perhaps one day you'll get blessed, but just do things in the right order, and then things will work out for you. I'm going to waive your supervisory fees, your DPS fines and fees and surcharges, meaning I'm taking off around $4,000 of fines and fees that you would otherwise be required to pay. And if you don't get a license. But I'm going to tell you now, if you come back here with another DWI, a second DWI, there's a surcharge of $6,000, not to mention court costs. So you roundabout leave here with about $7,000 in fines and fees. So if you want to get lit in the future, just don't get into a car.
I don't have any interest in drinking at all anymore, honestly.
Time heals all wounds, Mr. Houlihan. Say it again.
Talk to him about marijuana too.
Because that seemed to be the problem.
Marijuana can be, it can be a DWI with marijuana as well. Doesn't have to be just, if you take too much NyQuil, what happens? Right, so it doesn't have to be just alcohol. All right, good luck. Don't smoke weed. Don't smoke weed.